Good day. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever tried writing a school paper and wondered if it actually sounded academic enough? Well, that's exactly where academic writing comes in. Academic writing is considered one of the most important skills in education because it is the main way of presenting knowledge, ideas, and research. However, it is also seen as one of the most hardest skills for students to develop and master. Academic writing can be divided into two categories: student academic writing and expert academic writing. Student academic writing refers to the types of writing we do as part of our studies in school. These are usually done as a form of assessment or preparation for our learning. For example, essays, reports, research papers assigned by teachers. On the other hand, expert academic writing comes from people who are already in academic professions. These writings that are usually intended for publication, such as journal articles or research studies. Why do we even need academic writing in the first place? Its main purpose is to search for the truth. Through academic writing, we explore how the world works, where things come from, and what truths lie behind them. It also helps us understand parts of our world that we don't fully know yet. Writers carry the responsibility of providing knowledge, which is why academic writing must always be well researched and carefully studied. Now let's talk about the elements of academic writing. These are the key parts that make academic writing clear, credible, and effective. First, we have the author, the person who interprets the text. Then, the question or problem, which guides what the writing is trying to answer. Thesis or argument, which presents the main idea. Stakes or implications, why the writing matters and how it connects to real life. Other elements include text being discussed, the terminology or key terms used, and most importantly, the evidence. Evidence can be textual, historical, or scholarly, and it strengthens the writer's claims. Of course, all evidence must be properly cited, both to respect the original authors and to avoid plagiarism. After evidence, we move to analysis, which explains and interprets the information. Finally, there's the counter or response, which shows the objectivity by considering other perspectives. Next, let's look at the main characteristics of academic writing. These features make it different from other types of writing. First, it is structured. Academic writing follows a clear organization and the logical flow of ideas. Second, it is evidenced. All opinions or claims must be supported with proper evidence and references. Third, it is critical. This means analyzing information carefully and practicing critical thinking. Fourth, it is balanced. Writers must look at all the sides of an issue before making conclusions. Fifth, it is precise. Academic writing uses technical terms and vocabulary to communicate meaning accurately. Sixth, it is objective. It focuses on facts and questions rather than personal feelings. And lastly, it is formal. Since it is used in academics, the tone should be professional, using proper grammar and sentence structures. So in short, academic writing is structured, evidenced, critical, balanced, precise, objective, and formal. Let me introduce you to the three main kinds of academic writing. The first is the single source paper. This type analyzes just one text. Examples include close reading, theorization, archival essays, empirical reports, and even book reviews. The second is the multi-source paper. This type uses several sources that talk about the same topic. Examples are historical essays, comparative essays, lens essays, meta-analysis, and review essays. And finally, we have the research paper. Unlike ordinary essays, research papers dig deeply into a topic using either single or multiple sources. They aim to produce new knowledge based on scientific methods, while also maintaining originality. Next, let's look at the principles of research. Research helps us examine information, find gaps, and discover new knowledge. The first principle is organization. Research must follow a clear, systematic process so ideas flow smoothly. Second is adding new knowledge. Research should provide fresh insights or deeper understanding of a topic. And third is integrity. A researcher must be honest, accurate, and transparent to maintain credibility. Let's move to the methods of research. In academics, there are three main approaches. First is qualitative research. This focuses on human behavior, experiences, and social phenomena using non-numerical data. Second is quantitative. This deals with numbers and statistics, often used to compare data and measure changes. Third is the mixed method, which combines both qualitative and quantitative approaches for a more complete understanding. To end, I'll discuss the pillars of academic writing. The first pillar is that writing is thinking. Writing is not just putting words on paper. It is the thought process itself. The second pillar is that writing is best in conversation with others. Ideas grow stronger when shared, tested, and analyzed by different minds. And the third pillar is that writing is a process. It takes time, planning, and several steps to produce a clear and effective work.